Alright, welcome to something different. Today we're playing Star Wars Battlefront 2. So I've been playing a bit of this game recently, and it's fun. And I think other people should play because it's fun. And the main focus of there's a bunch of stuff you can do in Battlefront 2. You can do the air missions, the the classic kind of TDM kind of robot stuff, but I am more into the hero versus villain stuff. So you saw a snippet of kind of the cast, so to speak. So this is the 2v2 showdown. So I initially dabbled with this and I wasn't mad on it. Look, I'm not especially fantastic, but the general idea is a best of three, 2v2, and the winner, I believe, has to change characters, so to kind of even up a little bit. So I am Luke Skywalker. This is kind of more so when I first played the game, so I'm not quite as good, but you'll get into the real good stuff in a second. But I've been really having a lot of fun in this game. I think it's something that other people should play, and I'm a big Star Wars fan, so this is right up my street. And I played the Star Wars Battlefront 2 beta before it came out in 2017, and I wasn't mad on it. Like, it was fine, but I didn't want to spend all that money on it. That was a nice kill there, but we'll get into some of the abilities and stuff. But yeah, I wasn't huge on it, but now, you know, it's 2 years later. They've done a lot of work. DICE and EA have done a lot of work on this, and here we are versus Count Dooku, and this is I'm raging because this guy was really good. Like, I was very bad, but this guy was really good. I was convinced I was going to get a chance at him. I knew his health was low, but denied, and then the rest is history. He kills me very, very quickly. So, yeah, but like, I've been watching stuff recently, and there's been enough changed about this game where I feel like it's worth a try, and it's been really fun. Now, this is the 4v4 hero showdown. It's it's not best out of three. It's 35. I think it's 35 kills, and whoever first to deplete their spawn wins. So whatever, you get the idea. But we're using Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren. I did some of the single player missions to kind of get an idea of the characters and the heroes and slash villains, I guess. They're all just called heroes, I think. It might be heroes versus villains, but I just prefer hero showdown. But yeah, I did the light and dark side to kind of get an idea of who was good and who was not, and I found myself gravitating towards Kylo Ren pretty quickly. There's a couple of other people I ended up using as well, but on the dark side, Kylo Ren's really good. I like his freeze. I like his you see there, use a freeze and look freeze, and both they had no idea, and we can get one kill on Finn and then get Anakin right down then as well. So the force pull I like quite a bit as well. So if you get a freeze, if you do a force pull, I'm not a huge fan of his I believe it's a frenzy attack. It's more so suited for, obviously, because when you're playing a regular online, you get a certain amount of points by killing other players, and you get to use one of these guys, and it's like one of these and then everyone else is regular, so to speak. So that works much better going from 1 to 1. But Kylo Ren's really fun. The dark side has a few characters I like. Darth Maul I like quite a bit. I didn't use a ton of Darth Maul online yet, but because I mostly go for Kylo Ren. But it's Ren and Maul are usually pretty quickly snapped up. There's another freeze, and we get Obi-Wan there. So I really enjoy it. I'm not the most amazing, but it's really fun once you get it going. And just the idea of these mini duels within duels, so to speak. Like the showdown we kind of briefly saw earlier. Very much kind of one-on-one kind of based. There's two of you obviously, but I do like this idea of it. So see if we freeze Finn, and you actually get a few dodges. But within these characters are. So you've got obviously there's over the edge, and there's the Force users, and obviously the non-Force users. So I got pushed over myself. So obviously, so Kylo Ren, Luke Skywalker, etc., etc. The general Force users, Yoda. Then you have your non-Force users, so your kind of your guns and long-range stuff. So your Han Solos, Chewbacca's, Phasma, that kind of thing. And I'm sure these work for some people, but I am not huge on these now. light side characters, I guess kind of switching gears a bit, light side characters I'm not especially big on compared to dark side users. I tried Yoda, but I'm just not a huge fan of Yoda. I just couldn't really get him to work. I found myself being killed often. I did eventually find a light side user I like, but for the general part I'm not huge of them. Here he is actually, it's Luke Skywalker. Huge fan of Luke Skywalker. I love his repulse, I like his force push, and then obviously his dash then I like as well, but I just like Luke's abilities a bit better than the other light side users. Rey is okay and Obi-Wan is fine. Anakin I'd like to use a little bit more, but you know, if Luke Skywalker is there to be used, I'd rather use him. And again, like I've said, I am not arsed using any of the gun characters, so that rules out Chewbacca, Lando, Han Solo, Leia Organa. Just a massive nose. Finn, just a no for me. I'm not huge on them. Yes, this is General Grievous is annoying. We'll get to Grievous in a sec, but I do like using General Grievous on the dark side. But he's a little slow. He's not saying slow. He's just a little clunky. Here we got 1v1 versus Darth Vader. So he uses the saber throw, and this is going nicely until we got ambushed by Grievous. So 2v1, we got Vader in the air, but yeah, he gets me with a force choke, and then the rest is history. So, but yeah, Luke Skywalker is one I really like quite a lot. Here's a problem with like, look, this is I can't remember this one's name. I'm not familiar with her too much, but like, it's just if you don't have a force user, then you're close combat like that, like you're just toast. Like if you're not a force user, so I love that repulse so much. But again, I love the dodge aspect. Just, you know, you have to be careful. You can't just go willy nilly. Sometimes that works, but if you're whoever your face is competent, then they're going to get you back if you just keep. So you have to combine dodge and block, and you have to be careful when you use your abilities. So here we got the kill on Kylo Ren there. So that wasn't so straightforward, but yeah, these are just really fun. General Grievous is a pain in the ass because first of all, he's the only dark side user. Now Grievous isn't a force user, so to speak, because he's not force sensitive, but he obviously wields, he's a lightsaber wielder. So but he's just so annoying because he could just escape from you like that. Like he gets into that form and he just squirms away. He's got vicious close range attacks. He can lunge at you from far. His strikes are powerful, but he's just a little bit on the slow side. Now here's Phasma. Just you can reflect the beam, the kind of the fire back, and yeah, get the force push there. And it kind of works similar with Plants vs Zombies, where you kind of just you can't hit them at all, and as long as you're close to getting the kill, and someone else finishes it, you still get that kill. So again, Grievous kind of just blends in because he's using those blue and green sabers, but he's just such a pain in the ass. He's really good, but he's really annoying. So I wouldn't mind using a bit more Grievous. See, there's Ren's Force Freeze, and that could be really useful. I guess we could use Luke's Repulse and get some damage in, and we get him, and then we try and get Grievous. But he's also immune to kind of Luke's, you know, Repulse and, you know, Force Push. You see there, he does kind of he's good against those. So you really have to try and beat him up close, and thankfully if you have help you can do it. So, but yeah, I really enjoy Luke. We're going to see some more dark side stuff in a sec. Yeah, get the knockback on Maul there, and then boom, game is over. But yeah, Maul is good. I believe we're going to go into some Vader, because Vader, if I can't get Kylo Ren, if I don't get Luke Skywalker, I'm screwed on the light side. But you know, I guess you can use Anakin or Obi-Wan or something. But here is Vader, and now Vader is a little now. If I can't get Ren, and if I can't get Darth Sidious or even Grievous, I like using Vader sometimes because he's a bit bulkier. Like, he's obviously got the armor. He's a little bit slower. You can use. He's got the saber throw, which is really nice. You saw we actually got killed there earlier, but I love his force choke. So good for kind of chip damage and then getting them on the ground again. You can see, yeah, you can see, and also good for finishing off as well if they're close. If you use Vader's what's the ability called, if I can find it, but here is, I actually accidentally used Sidious for a second, and Sidious I just do not like. He's not a force user and he's got his own thing going on, but I don't know, I'm not a huge fan. He is a little slow. Focused Rage is that ability from Vader, so L1 R1 there. He gets a bit more health, does a bit more damage, he's a bit slower, but we see we beat Yoda there one-on-one. So just yeah, this game's really fun though. Once you kind of get to know the characters, but kind of you know what works and what doesn't work for you. You get absolutely flung to oblivion there. But you can still see the shenanigans that goes on. It's good fun. Now we got absolutely pelted in this one, but again, get that multiple choke, and it's just, it's very, like, even though we lost this game and I got killed a whole bunch by Luke Skywalker in this particular game, it's just very, very fun. So if you've EA Access, it's actually free. So actually, I didn't spend any money on this whatsoever. So really, really handy in that regard. So if you have EA Access, I can't imagine this game is a ton of money either at this stage, if you don't have EA Access. But I was convinced we would have got a kill there on that forced choke at that game not ended. But yeah, absolutely crushing defeat there. But yeah, that's going to do it. It's something a little different, but I've been really having fun with this. And hey, if you're watching, maybe you can too. And who knows, maybe you can go into a game that can embarrass you. No, I'm just kidding, I'm not that great. But it's good fun. So anyways, until next time.